Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Top Gun Maverick is the #1 movie in the world.
Damn right.
It's an absolute blast from start to finish, and one of the greatest movies ever made.
Having any fun yet?
Tom Cruise, Top Gun Maverick, rated PG-13.
Hey, it's Miles. Thank you guys for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast.
Have you heard our newest podcast? It's called The Greatest Story Never Told.
Download it today on radio.com. Be sure to subscribe. New episodes are uploaded every Tuesday at noon.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
And away we go. Welcome to season 15, episode number 3,371. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and Mike Hawk. And you are the Men's Room. On tap today, the return of Ted versus the FCC. It is a Bad Choice Friday, bitches. Plus headlines, the Men's Room shot of the day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
The clock, drinking and drunk.
All right, here we go. British dad gets bitten by a cobra in India while he was trying to fight COVID-19. Woman says she's so horny every day, it's like a dying man in the desert who finds a canteen. Florida is the source for a giant 4-foot lizards that are roaming around the U.S., A 100-year-old library book has some late fees that need to be addressed. And Glenn Burney Baltimore couple arrested in matching Rick and Morty hoodies. How cute. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, we talked about this briefly on yesterday's show, but it's worth repeating. A company is preparing to launch a 24/7 hotline for people who are tripping on acid. Now, it might sound silly, but if you've ever had a bad trip on acid, you can appreciate the service that they're offering. And so can the mothers of people that are on a bad acid trip. Don't call your mom. Seriously, don't do it. Just call the damn hotline. Now, I can't imagine what it'd be like fielding those calls, but at least you know what they're calling about. We also have a list of some of the more bizarre 911 calls that have been made. Let's just say that not all 911 calls are emergencies, but for certain, there are some very strange people out there. But if you're a 911 operator, you already know that. But isn't that the case really with any phone call? And sure, you have caller ID, you know who's calling, but that doesn't mean you know what the call is about. 3 o'clock in the morning, you see it's a family member, probably not good news. On the other hand, maybe it is. And then there's those moments you think to yourself, it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I have to place this phone call. And it's not a booty call. No one's going to be happy. Either way, it brings us to today's question. The phone, whether it's a landline, a cell phone, sometimes it's an adventure when you have a conversation with the person on the other end. So today we want to know, what is the craziest phone call that you've ever had to make or received?
Be part of the Big Show. Call 206-421-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live. Text 77999 and send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
Everyone is talking about Top Gun Maverick, and it's now the #1 movie in the world.
Outstanding.
It will leave you cheering.
Yes!
And is the ultimate summer movie experience.
Damn right.
Tom Cruise, Top Gun Maverick, rated PG-13.
But wait! There's more!
More?
More BJ and Migs!
Whoa!
You're not going to get like a soft noodle in your mouth. There you are.
Stays crunchy in milk!
Exclamation point!
As seen on TV!
Your mother!
Hard boils eggs in 3 seconds!
Delicious!
But wait! There's more!
Liar!
More men's room!
Liar, liar!
I have a ton of stories involving nacho cheese.
But wait! There's more!
Liar, liar, pants on fire!
Maybe you missed BJ and Migs or the men's room this week. Listen tomorrow morning, 7 till 9. Only on Seattle's But Wait, There's More station, 99.9 KISW.
If you served your country, Oswego Mortgage is here to serve you. They're your local VA loan specialists who have seen it all and know the guidelines. Purchase or refinance. Go to OswegoMortgage.com now. NMLS number 233782.
Sometimes in business, the unexpected comes calling. From rent increases to increased orders to, I'm going to say it, unprecedented times. But don't bounce back. Bounce forward with Comcast Business. Bounce forward fast with internet speeds up to a gig, with the flexibility to update your bandwidth in just a few clicks, and with security solutions that help keep your connected devices protected. Be fast, be flexible, be ready for what's next. Help your business bounce forward with this amazing offer. Get a powerful and reliable internet and voice solution starting at just $64.90 a month for 12 months for 2 years. Ask how to get a $500 prepaid card when you upgrade. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to learn more. Prepaid card offer ends 12/21/20. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 25 megabits per second service and 1 voice line. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, installation, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call for details.
Great news! Safeway, Albertsons, Chevron, and Texaco are offering savings at the pump. Earn $1 off per gallon in gas reward points when you spend $100 at Safeway or Albertsons stores. Enter your phone number or swipe your club card at the register and earn points. Redeem your gas rewards at participating Chevron, Texaco, Safeway, and Albertsons gas stations. Maximum gas reward at participating Chevron stations is $1 per gallon and $1 per gallon at Safeway, Albertsons stations in a single fill-up up to 25 gallons. Other restrictions and exclusions apply. See complete details at Safeway.com/rewards or Albertsons.com/rewards.
Parents and grandparents hear it time and time again. Enjoy every minute because it goes by so quickly. With their first steps, they start imagining, exploring, and dreaming of what's next. You can help put those dreams in motion by saving for college with Washington's prepaid 529 plan. The GET program can help them be ready for wherever their dreams take them. The gift of education lasts a lifetime. Enroll by May 31st at wastate529.wa.gov.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith, and I'm here with my personal attorney, Kyle, from the Advocates. Let's take a look inside the life of Kyle.
Well, this should be interesting.
Kyle, do you stay up to the wee hours of the night, poring over briefs, then passing out on your desk on top of a pile of papers?
Nope, sorry, Ted. I do sometimes work at home on cases, but when I get tired, I go to sleep in my own bed.
You are boring, but at least you take your cases seriously. Give the Advocates a call. The consultation is free. 206-512-3555 or advocateslaw.com.
How's she doing? She's resting in the garage. We're going to Car Toys tomorrow for their early shopper season deals on top head units from Pioneer and Kenwood.
And for a limited time, we can get a free install on an Alpine Apple CarPlay receiver starting at $299.
Only the best for our firecracker.
Early shopper season savings are on at Car Toys. Find half-off premium Alpine speakers when you shop in-store or online at cartoys.com.
Car Toys, a better way to go.
We're always driving to dance lessons.
So we signed up for Know Your Drive. We save money and get closer to her dancing dreams.
The daring young man on the flying trapeze.
Or maybe her singing dreams. Sign up for Know Your Drive and save up to 20%. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Products not available in every state. Discount terms apply. Visit amfam.com/knowyourdrive for details. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
At QFC, we think fresh and local go together perfectly for the holidays. And when you shop with the QFC app, you'll love the personalized offers, great deals on your favorites, and free pickup on orders of $35 or more. That makes it easy to save time and money. And that'll make your holidays even happier. Restrictions may apply. Celebrate Thanksgiving with fresh green beans or Brussels sprouts for 88 cents a pound with card. QFC. Love fresh. Love local. Love free pickup. Restrictions may apply.
Start your holiday list with the 5G America's been waiting for. Switch to Verizon and get unlimited plans starting at $35 per line per month with 4 lines on Start Unlimited with AutoPay. Now, get up to $850 off our best Android phones with select trade-in and select unlimited plans. The network more people rely on gives you more. Verizon. 5G Ultra Wideband available only in parts of select cities. 5G nationwide available in 1,800 plus cities, plus taxes and fees. Autopay and paper-free billing required. Unlimited 4G LTE. In times of congestion, your data may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Only after 50 gigabytes per month on Play More Unlimited, Do More Unlimited, and Get More Unlimited plans. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Up to $19.99.99 device payment purchase with new smartphone line on select unlimited plans and port and required. Less $300 Verizon e-gift card sent within 8 weeks. Plus up to $550 trade-in promo credit applied over 24 months. Promo credit ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. 0% APR. Trading conditions apply.
I absolutely love my dog, but the constant shedding, not so much. But then I got a Swiffer Sweeper Pet Kit, and it is amazing. These super thick cloths pick up a crazy amount of hair. Just look at all that. And that was from just one swipe. And the best part? Sweeper's so much easier to maneuver than a broom or a vacuum, easily getting around chairs and under the couch. You're right. Now I can focus on you, not your shedding. Swiffer Sweeper Pet Kit. Because shed happens.
Monday on CBS, Michael Weatherly is Bull.
That's my name. I'm not a lawyer. I'm an expert in what's called trial science. Figuring out what to say to a jury is what I do. Oh man, talk about pressure.
And a new case will be one of the toughest he's ever faced.
That's what turns him on.
His intuition.
We will track down every piece of evidence.
Is all that matters.
What are you going to do?
We're going to trial.
Michael Weatherly is Bull. Monday, 10/9 Central on CBS.
I feel like I'm being haunted by a pair of headphones. Everywhere I go is a creepy ad for headphones I looked at one time. I hate feeling like I'm being watched. I downloaded DuckDuckGo and saw a difference right away. Take back your privacy with DuckDuckGo.
Monday, it's a new episode of All Rise, the legal drama where one judge is shaking up the system.
When I take the bench, I'm taking a vow to fight for justice.
One case at a time.
Your Honor. We're going to trial.
Simone Missick is Judge Lola Carmichael.
Up on that bench. Everything is different.
A new episode of All Rise.
Freedom is at stake. It's important.
Followed by a new episode of Bull. Monday at 9/8 Central on CBS.
The question of the day brought to you by Tulalip Resort Casino. Text the men's room at 77999. 99.9 KISW.
All right, away we go on a positive Friday. Our question, what is the craziest phone call that you have either had to make or received? Hello? 206-421-ROCK. That's a phone ringing, kids. Welcome to the weekend. You're listening to the men's room.
Makes me want to stay. What they said is real. Makes me want to steal. Living on the house. Yes, I'm living on the mouse. All I got is time. 'cause it likes to hear. Take time with a wounded hand. Guess I like to steal. Take time with a wounded hand, 'cause it likes to heal. I like to steal. I'm half the man I used to be. There's a dawn today. Well, I'm half the man I used to be. There's a dawn today. Well, I'm half the man I used to be. There's a dawn today. Well, I'm half the man I used to be. Half the man I used to be. Half the man I used to be.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
All the shows and away we go. Welcome to season 15, episode number 3,371. What a large and a charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. Man, the tongue twisters we came up with last night at Ted versus the FCC. I don't think you're going to get one into the win column today. However, your record for 2020, pretty strong. We've determined that you're way over 500 here. Only a few chances of Ted versus the FCC left. Keep in mind, at the end of the year, we will run back every miss in Ted versus the
Only
FCC.
the misses.
And it looks like it's going to be a short list this year, as Ted is kicking some
Thanks,
ass.
Ted.
So another exciting Ted versus the FCC coming up. And as we know, the holiday season is approaching. We're in the middle of lockdown. You're going to have to spend a lot of time with family, children, friends. For you and your listening pleasure, we have hooked up maybe one of the greatest Bad Choice Fridays ever.
You know it's Bad Choice Friday. It's Bad Choice Friday. You know it's Bad Choice Friday. Hey, man, this is your fault.
And we start with a wonderful world of Disney.
It's a small world after all.
It's a song about unity, Steve. It's a song about, even though it's such a big world, we're also connected in little ways.
Is that what the song's actually about?
Yes, we all hold hands. You know, if you're...
I've never actually listened to the entire song. I hope not to today. The only part of it I know is the chorus, and it makes me angry.
Let me just
Why
tell you
does
this.
this song make me so mad?
I'll tell you how it can make you happy.
It's impossible.
When your kids are ready and you take them to Disneyland, it'll be no less than 110 degrees. When you go into It's a Small World After All, it's about a 6-minute ride, and it's a cool 68.
That is the only thing.
And you sit there and you go, you know what? I needed this break. This ride sucks, but I don't care.
What is the ride? What is the ride? Like if you
get on like a boat or whatever, a train.
I've never been on it because everybody just says it sucks so bad.
No, it doesn't. It cools you off.
What do you do? Is
you
it
just
fast?
sit there. You basically take this train through the world. You see, natives in Aleutian. You go to, I don't know, rural West Virginia.
That's the sales pitch right there.
The problem is, I've only been to
cowboys.
Disney World, so you still got to stand in a line for like an hour and a half.
For that?
That's like, we never do it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm salty about that ride.
I know it makes you angry.
Disney taking on maybe the greatest kid song of all time. Positive Friday.
Yeah.
They're going to wish we had taken off.
We tried to warn them.
I had to be honest with you, it's the first time I've heard this song.
I've never heard the song. I've heard about it. I've heard that it pisses people off like it's a small world after all, and I see why.
It's Bad Choice Friday. It's family.
You have heard it.
This is the holiday season.
Where did I hear it?
Here.
Well, yeah.
Like a year and a half or 2 years ago when it came out, Mike and I were like, you guys haven't heard this nonsense yet?
I had put it out of my mind.
Well, good for you.
I know.
The rest of the world hasn't.
An unbelievable Bad Choice Friday. It lives up to the name. It's a small world taking on Baby Shark. One of those two tunes will be played right after we drink and toast with a shot of the day as we launch into the weekend.
You're
on
welcome.
A Positive Friday.
Positive Friday.
Exactly. This is not a guaranteed future repeat just based on that alone. But we are here and we are ready to rock. All right, today on our... oh, by the way, if you want to vote on Bad Choice Friday, very important because you pick the tune. You need to follow us on Twitter at Men's Room Live. We will get those two tunes up for you.
Yep.
Get to voting right
you
away.
You can vote very soon.
Yes, it's a small world taking on Baby Shark. And now we move on to our question. What's the craziest phone call you've ever had to make or receive? And we start with a story in the New York Times. Obviously, this is a common thing with COVID-19 and the pandemic.
Sorry, a comment just came in. It says, Bad Choice Friday. I hate you all.
Good. We figured that this would trigger some type of
Positive
response.
Friday, man.
You know what I mean? This would touch you in a special way, hopefully. But yeah, so listen,
That doesn't
Mackenzie.
sound good.
Right.
Well,
when it's kids' songs.
Yeah, man.
What
The
a
kids'
bad
songs.
choice of words.
It should be, heartfelt. It should be fun. It's about the kids. It's the holiday season. Come on, people.
Yeah.
Get with the program. Alyssa McKenzie, according to the New York
You
Times,
should talk to all children.
who is 32.
For the kids, get with the program, you
Yeah.
dump.
She rarely ever used her smartphone to make phone calls, apart from the occasional conversation for her work. She is a disability rights advocate, but when the lockdown for the virus set in, she no longer could pop by her mom's house a few minutes a day, so she would call her multiple times, including once just to get a soup recipe. A couple hours later, they were still on the phone talking. We started with the recipe, then we talked about my younger brother, then my work, then her day, and the next thing I knew, soup was done. I needed to hear the familiarity of her voice. And obviously with this story, they're saying that phone calls have made a comeback during the pandemic. And that's
Sure.
That's an absolute fact. Now, one thing before all of this started, it just basically what you're saying, Ted, people were more apt to text. That wasn't the common way of getting a hold of someone anymore. Matter of fact, the one thing that I heard more than anything from my two daughters was the fact that they could not believe that I was the only person in their life who left them a voicemail if they were not available. And so I am voicemail dad. I fit the profile. I'm the guy that leaves a message. Now, Steve, I know that you've never set up voicemail on your phone.
There's no point.
So you've never
I'm not
actually
going to listen to your... I don't care. I saw that you called.
do. I would like... How much time do you think's on there, Ted? What do you think? 20 minutes of recorded time before they shut you down?
Generally, you get 20. You could have 20 in there. And then once you don't have 20, it's full.
I just want to go to Verizon or whoever you got, right? And say, like, listen, can we just get a file of the 20 minutes of the voicemail so we can listen to them? Because they're going to go back since you opened up that account.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 years ago.
And I could not tell you a single one of them that's been left.
Right. But I am the guy who leaves the voicemail.
Are you still doing that?
I am. Well, I do depending on the situation. So
why?
Because I do. Because I'm calling people. Because I never stop calling people. So for me, I still.
Yeah, wait a minute. You're Mr. I hate the phone.
Yeah.
But you insist on having the most annoying ringtone, and you're leaving voicemails.
Correct.
I don't mind people calling me, but don't leave a voicemail. I see you've called. You can text me something small.
No, but I can't because I got a lot to say. See, that's why I leave the voicemail.
Well, I'll call you back.
It takes me too long to text, you see.
No, I get why you've called, but I'm just saying, text me like, hey, call me back.
I'm just telling you, I'm the guy who called. I admit it. You know what I mean? Like,
right, but stop.
All right.
I feel like I'm talking to my damn mom.
All right, well.
She's 76, by the way.
I will never leave you a voicemail again. However, you knew before this even all went down, if somebody called you, depending on the situation, that meant that there was something a little bit different because you could send a text and you could just get a hold of somebody or you could wait, but
it seems like it must be important if you called me, right? Because otherwise you just text my ass.
Exactly. And what time does that phone call go down? Who is making that phone call? Like anything else, I'm sure. Ted, you tell the story of when you got into trouble, when you got thrown in for the weekend. I want to say that your mom had said at some point in time in your life, like, look, if you ever go to jail, don't call me.
Correct.
And you remembered that?
Yeah.
And so
that's a good time to remember.
When you had to make your call, you called your dad.
Right, so I didn't make the initial calls. I was like, oh, I'll be out in no time.
So they offered you the phone call and you didn't take it?
No.
Okay.
I figured that I was going to get out of my own reconnaissance in like 10 hours.
What?
So I was like, no, I don't need to call anybody.
You're in a jail, man. Take the goddamn call.
But it would have done any good.
Would you have left a voicemail?
I will say this. When I called my dad, that's one time I probably would have left a voicemail.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's voicemail worthy.
That's voicemail worthy.
Okay, so when you called your dad, did he know that no one could get a hold of you? Did he know that people were looking for you?
No.
Because in your general circle, people knew what happened. Now, as far as
right, you miss it for 2 days.
As far
That's
as
not normal.
In a little bit, we figured it out.
But we didn't know where you were.
We had to lie and tell our boss Ted had called out sick because they're like, "Hey, where's Ted?"
Because this is a Monday.
We said, "Hey, man, he called out. He's just not feeling well." And they were cool with that. Meanwhile, we're like, "Where in the F is Ted? We can't reach him." Miles said, "I think he's probably in jail." I was like, "I don't think he is." A friend of ours comes in, Jake the rapper. He sits in on the show for a little bit, and he's like, "Yo, man, where's Ted?" So we think he might be in jail. Do us a solid, run to his apartment, see if you can find out. And sure enough, this guy during our show runs off, and he's like, "Yeah, man, his roommate said he's in jail. We're like, well, goddamn. So how long? He's like, don't know. See, that's the other thing. Like, in jail for, he's like, I don't know.
Okay.
Did he murder something? Like, is he in prison or is he in jail?
Now, hypothetical, because I don't know. I don't know the parameters behind it. But let's just say that you're going to call your dad.
All right.
Your dad just happens to be at the grocery store.
Okay.
Do you get to call him back later if he does not pick up the phone?
Once you get your bond or your bail set, yeah, I mean, like, the phones are just kind of there now. There's only like 3 of them, so you got to wait.
But didn't you need him to get that money?
No, I'm saying once you've seen, my experience was once you go see the commissioner or what's the other name? Whatever.
Bail bondsman, whatever.
No. He's separate.
Separate.
You're in the jail.
The commissioner
You got to go
first.
see the commissioner, who's basically like a smaller judge who will say, all right, you're out on your own, or you're out, here's your bail. Then, you shower, you get your jumpsuit and everything. Then you're just kind of sitting in a pen waiting to go upstairs to the tier. So then you have an opportunity to use the phone. So that's when I use the phone.
Okay.
But I didn't use the original one. But it's also kind of scary because you got to wait for some tough dudes to be done with their phone calls.
Sure.
And they'll let you know when they're done.
Now,
correct.
What was your dad's response? How was he when you told him what was going on? What was his tone? Did he seem upset, mad? Was he like, I'll take care of this? What was the?
No, it was very short.
Okay.
All right, I'll come get you out. All right, call this bail bondsman. He'll get me out for 5.
Okay.
For 5%.
And so how long did it seem like it took him forever to get there?
No. He was on it. He was on it this time.
Okay. All right.
Because I was only up in the tier for like 10 hours, and they were like, Smith. And I was like, yes!
God.
I'm free!
And 4 black guys stood up, and you went, maybe not.
White Smith.
Oh, damn it. I was so close.
I told you that happened to me in a dentist office once.
Well, that's for what? Mr. Smith?
That's
like
for Mr.
3
Smith.
of you or something?
Right. And me and two black dudes stand up, and she goes, Edward.
Yeah.
And then I go back, and the doctor's like, Mr. Smith, Dr. Smith.
Okay.
Jesus, are you for real?
Yeah, it's PG County.
I think one of the craziest phone calls I ever got, I was younger. I was 25, 26 years old. I've told this story before, but I was working in radio, and the guy that owned the radio station, he had a couple other guys that owned radio stations as well. And there was a radio station across town, and the guy that I work with was going to sell that radio station.
All right.
So he decided he didn't want it anymore because the investor, one of his guys was his partner. He decided he didn't want to be in radio, so that was half the investment. So the guy that I was working for said, I'm just going to sell the radio station. So he sold the radio station. Who buys the radio station? Pat Sajak buys the radio station.
For real?
Yeah. Wheel of Fortune guy. You know what I mean? So it's like...
Oh, that Pat Sajak.
Pat Sajak.
I thought
The only
Pat Sajak around the corner.
right? So... But at the time, I was also working for that radio station. But now, because he's the new owner, you know what I mean? I don't necessarily have to work for him. But he said, hey, listen, for the people who were there, do me a favor. You're all still hired. You can also keep doing what you were doing. Just let me get in there, get the payroll situated, and everything else. Well, my job at the time was to make productions, commercials, and do some on-air work.
Right.
So I do all this stuff, and I drove all this stuff over because that's the way it was. You couldn't send an electronic file. You had to go over there with the commercials, and I'd go there every day. Never saw him. You know what I mean? He wasn't,
Sure.
He's Pat Sajak. You know what I mean? He doesn't show up at the radio station. He just owns the damn thing. Well, there was a pay period that was supposed to happen, and nobody got their check. And obviously, when you're in radio and you don't make a lot of money early on, that's kind of detrimental. He picks up on this because it's not just me, it's everybody else. And he calls each and every one of us, I think there was 8 of us all together, and lets us know that, don't worry, I'm going to personally, write you a check. I will drop it off at the radio station. You can pick it up tomorrow morning. Well, I get home, and this is when you have an answering machine. And I see it's blinking, so I press the button. It's like, hey, Miles, it's Pat Sajak. I just want to apologize. Well, at the time, it was weird because there was an SNL skit where Martin Short played this guy called Ed Grimley, who would go, and Pat Sajak was the greatest.
Oh,
thing.
right,
Oh, my God, Pat Sajak, what if he just called? Like he did this whole thing. It was about the same time. So Pat Sajak leaves me this message, and all of a sudden I just jump up on the couch. Oh, my God, this is amazing. I can't believe it. He's like, so just come by the station and pick up your check tomorrow. So it was like on a micro cassette. Do you remember those things that were in your answering machine?
Oh, yeah, the tiny little one?
I am pretty sure in a box somewhere. I still have that micro
you kept
of an answering machine, that has like 10 different calls on it. But Pat Sajak is one of them because I couldn't believe that the Pat Sajak called my house.
I have arrived.
Knows my phone number and left me a message to tell me to stop by and pick up my $74 check.
$74.
Whatever it was for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Yeah, and I think that was one of the more exciting ones. I was just like, wow.
That is
Pat
pretty cool,
Sajak. you know?
Yeah. Actually, one of my first interviews in radio was Pat Sajak. And I can't explain it, right? So it was early on, and we're doing this AM show, and the producer at the time goes, hey, man, we booked a guest. We booked Pat Sajak. And I can't explain it. Like, I was so freaking excited. So even when we get him on the phone, and he sounds exactly the same, and I'm hey, guys.
They're a very nice guy.
And he incredibly nice guy. Real cool, actually. And I want to say he started in radio, so he kind of gets it. But I kept saying, like, I can't believe, man, I'm talking to the Pat Sajak. And he's just like, yeah, it's really no big deal. Like, it's just,
right.
I was really excited, but he's like, seriously, it doesn't matter.
And then when my second kid was born, she was born in the Pat Sajak hospital, pediatric hospital in Annapolis, Maryland. So it's just so weird. Like, you walk in the door and he's like, you kind of,
he has a hospital.
There's a little bit of trepidation because you're like, Wheel of Fortune guy's going to deliver, you know what I mean? He's responsible for this kid coming out. You know what I mean? It was a little bit strange, but
he has a hospital.
Yeah, he and his wife, they give a lot of money to the area.
I mean, sure. I don't know. Look, I like the guy. I do. I just don't know if that's the name that inspires confidence in me for a medical procedure. Come to the Pat Sajak Cancer Treatment
Your
Center.
first gig, didn't you pick up a phone call from Chichi Rodriguez with a stripper on your lap or something like that?
Yeah, it was like the first day I interned for Thrill. So I'd just done a shot of Tawaka, and then Chichi Rodriguez at the time, he was even old when I was, but he was famous for like stabbing the bull and putting the putter away.
Doing the Zorro move.
Yeah.
The putt.
So I'm talking to him, and then, the strippers walked in. I was like, this is great. Drinking liquor.
You never look back on any other job opportunities or possibilities. After that day, it was
it was a lot better than being a janitor.
You don't say. Yeah.
Our question, what is the craziest phone call that you either had to make or receive? 206-421-ROCK. We'll take a break. Come back with your calls next.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
Top Gun Maverick is the #1 movie in the world.
Damn right.
It's an absolute blast from start to finish, and one of the greatest movies ever made.
Having any fun yet?
Tom Cruise, Top Gun Maverick, rated PG-13.
You're in the men's room. 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle.
Rockaholics, we need your help. As you always come to rescue and help other rockaholics. Codes for Kids is on now. BJ and Miggs, they have teamed up with the Washington State Council firefighters in Operation Warm. The goal this year, 1,700 kids need new coats. We're going to get that done. $20 puts a brand new coat on a Washington State child in need. Any donation will help. You want to give $5? Want to give $40? You're hooking up at least a couple kids. Reason for 1,700, there are 1,700 kids out there in the Pacific Northwest. They need a new coat for the winter. Head to KISW.com. Please give what you can and donate today. Those guys are doing some real good out there. So, KISW.com. All right, question. What is the craziest phone call that you've ever had to make or that you have received? 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Joe. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So, fellas, back when I was about 19, living in Hollywood, I was on the beaches of Malibu with my lady and enjoying the sunshine and a fresh dose of some mushrooms.
Rubbing lotion on each other's bodies while watching all the hot bikini-clad women walk by. When 3 of them come over and say, we all want to be on you at the same time.
Before we ate them, bro, we had fresh fish tacos.
Yeah, the best you've ever had. It took us a while to get there, though. There was traffic on the 307, so we had to take the 45 over to West Street and then cut over to Huntington Beach before moving our way up. Continue.
Speaking of that, Miles, there's a guy that met us there totally gave me crap about not taking the way he
It's the California way.
101 down to Calabasas Parkway. So just before we eat the mushrooms, every weekend my dad would call me and say, hey, how's it going? Check in with me. See how things are going. Had the conversation, hung up. Anyways, we ate the mushrooms and they're starting to keep on and we're enjoying the beach and my dad calls back within the hour just like, Joe, you gotta get home. You gotta come home. Your sister's going to the hospital right now. You know, he's telling me he thinks she might die and things like that. So, oh, geez. So I was in home to me was 4 hours away in the Inland Empire in Riverside. So just as that was happening, to take a nice drive home, and 4-hour traffic. That was quite intense. And we get there, and my family's standing outside the hospital. And luckily, everyone's okay. No one's ill. My sister was just getting into some shenanigans of her own. It gave us all a scare, but.
So you had to drive 4 hours to Riverside, California on mushrooms?
I might have.
All right. Okay,
I might have, yes.
That's always a good ride.
Yeah, it was a family emergency, you see, so I had no. It's kind of hands are tied. Do I tell my dad right now while my sister's in the hospital that, well, I don't know if I can make it right now, Dad. I'm kind of tripping out right now.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, I just wasn't all too sure if it was really happening, you know what I mean?
Hey, guys, did I just get off the phone with my dad?
Okay. Good times.
What happened to the sister?
She was fine.
She was okay.
Oh, okay. Turns out she was
okay.
okay. That's all that matters. It's the timing of it. You're having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
You're at the beach. You get the phone call, and now all of a sudden, everything's kicking in.
And it's important.
What is the craziest phone call that you've either had to make or that you received? 206-421-ROCK.
I think sometimes you just got to ignore that one.
What do you mean?
Like, if you've just dosed yourself with something, and you know the next 4 hours are about, like, I think I might just hit ignore and wait till things are over to return that phone call.
Sorry, I was taking a nap.
Why didn't you answer the phone? I was tripping on shrooms.
I was on the beach tripping, man. You ever seen a purple wave?
Hello, Garrett. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
How you guys doing, man?
We're doing great. Positive Friday.
Positive Friday.
Positive. I love it. So I was in the very parking lot that I am sitting in right now. I'm in a Fred Meyer parking lot. I got a call from a restricted number. It kind of scared me a little bit, so I answered it. And there was a foreign man on the other line saying he was from the IRS. He didn't know my name, but he knew my phone number. He had told me that I had owed over $5 to 10 grand in back taxes or something like that. And just for giving him an attitude over the phone for trying to collect my information, he was going to charge me.
Yeah, I guess, did you just tell this guy off?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I told this guy off, but I told him off in a different voice. Definitely.
Okay, all right.
You told his butt?
Well, that's one of the reasons, believe it or not, that's one of the trends why people don't pick up their phone anymore. Because, scam calls have taken over your phone. So a lot of times, if your phone's ringing, you look down, I don't know who this is. And we're just predispositioned to say, hey, I'm not answering this call.
Well, if I see restricted, I definitely don't answer it. Because either it's really, really important and I don't feel like dealing with that kind of garbage, or it's some kind of scam. But I'm like, look, if you knowing that everyone has a cell phone, and if you call, even if you don't know who it is, at least the number's up there. Right?
Sure.
So if you have restricted, like you've gone through pains on your end to hide this for whatever reason, I just assume you're not someone I feel like dealing with.
Right.
And maybe
well,
I'm wrong. I don't know.
It happens to us in here. For some reason, when you dial out in here, it will say that the phone call is coming from Egypt. So there are times,
or some other crazy number.
But my
Who
phone,
are we trying to call?
My phone blocks it. So most people's phone blocks that as this is potential spam. So we'll try to call somebody in here. We can't get a hold of them.
Who the hell
they're
were
doing
we
what we do?
I think we were trying to call like Castle or the Rev. It was someone that works here, and they were going to be on the air with us for something. I can't remember what it's like a year ago. And we kept calling, and they just wouldn't answer. Finally, like they texted or something, right? And we were like, dude, we've been calling you. Like, from what number? We gave the number, and they're like, it said, it was Egypt.
Right.
Like,
yep.
The hell is it said we're calling you from Egypt? God damn it, we're calling you from work. But yeah, if you don't know, you don't know.
We do have some interesting 911 calls coming up. Have you ever called 911, Ted?
I have.
You have. For what reason?
One night I was walking home and there was a jumper on a bridge.
Okay. Oh, I've called 911 for that too. I think that's the only time I've called 911.
I called one other time because I was in traffic and there was just a deranged person just like smashing cars.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Steve?
Not on purpose.
You've called it accidentally.
Called it accidentally. There's whatever that emergency thing is on your phone. Like if you hit the button too long or whatever the hell. I have no idea that I've dialed it. And the cops show up, and they look kind of ready for action because they don't know what's going on. I don't know why they're there, so I'm real calm. Open the door like, what's up, fellas? And they're like, someone from here called 911. I'm like, well, the only person here is me. And they're like, you called. And I'm like, I didn't call 911. I pull out my phone. I'm like, I think I butt dialed 911. I'm sorry.
Mine, man, it took
my
me.
bad. I felt stupid, man. I'm like, I got to call 911.
It took me about 60 seconds, which seemed like 10 minutes, to determine if I wanted to make this call or not. Like, am I doing the right thing? Is this what I'm perceiving it to be?
Well, you said it was a jumper.
Yeah, but maybe you're just standing up there, but like you put a leg over, they put the leg back, and they try to sit on it, they straddled it, the partition and all that stuff. I'm like, is he just messing around? Am I losing my mind? Should I do this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, for me, the girl was already on the other side, and I was like, are you okay? And she was like, no, I'm going to jump right now.
Jeez.
So I was like, all right, I'm going to call 911.
And
did they show up before she jumped? You don't know?
You had to go to the bar, didn't you?
Oh, no.
Well, you did your part.
Dad.
You did your part.
Did you go? Wait.
You said
what are you not telling us?
I know nothing happened.
Okay. Yeah.
Man, you don't make me look bad.
No, you called 911.
I called, I put in the call, and then I left.
All right. Did you have someplace to be?
No, I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know why I left.
You didn't have any place to go. You just like, yeah.
You want to talk to her, see if you could coax her back over? Like that?
It was. I mean, this was only like the first few months I lived here. Maybe I was walking up to meet you guys. I don't know.
Either way, it is.
I know I made the phone call.
We would understand if you were late.
Yeah, like that's cool.
Yeah, man, I feel like I must have seen the cop car or something and been like, it's cool.
I can go.
I'm out.
All right.
Is this revisionist now? Because the facts we have are you did call 911. And then you left.
And I wasn't doing anything. Like, it had nothing to do with me. I don't know why I panicked and walked. Like, I gotta get out of here. Like, instinct took over.
Sure. Flee.
I'm out. Cops are on the way.
What is the craziest phone call that you've either had to make or you received? 206-4200.
I should have just lied right now. So she's fine.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, granted,
I grabbed her and I yanked her back over the rail.
Like, there was nothing on the news.
And she gave me a hug and said, I love you, Dad.
That's the follow-up. Let me check out the news. Nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Hello, Tony. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, how's it going?
Hola.
Hola. One of the last callers reminded me of a mushroom story phone call. It was my older brother's birthday weekend, and we'd kind of been on a bender through the weekend. And in benders like this, when you're tying it on all week, you kind of lose track of time. And anyways, it's in the winter time like now. You wake up, it's dark. It's dark by 6 p.m., you know, and I got a phone call from my grandma around 6 p.m., and I was crying balls, and I thought it was 6 a.m., and I'm freaking out with my brother's having a party, and I had to screaming at the party, telling everybody to shut up. I thought it was a family emergency or something. And, you know, just totally lost track of time, and my heart went through my chest. Just freaked me out.
What did you want?
Oh, I can't remember.
All right.
I don't know.
Wasn't that important?
I don't know.
All right, just made
Yeah, it wasn't that important.
Yeah,
that's a Ted move.
Well, I mean, that's why we asked the question. There's a San Francisco-based company, and they're trying to help people who are having either negative or positive side effects while they're hallucinating.
Why would you call on like you just want to like, dude, I'm in a great place, man.
If you need to talk to someone, if you need to share your positive experience, if you need to be talked off a ledge, positive, negative,
how many
they're
of these
there.
phone calls are just calling and be like, I love you, man. Mm-hmm. No, seriously, I love you, bro.
If I could reach you the phone, I'd hug you.
The Firestone Project, they're gearing up to launch 24/7 hotline, currently on track to launch in April, to help people who are doing their thing navigate through their journey, whatever dimension they may find themselves in, as well as aid them in processing the experience following the come down. They also offer the services to anyone who is babysitting someone who might need help during their otherworldly adventure.
That's the person that needs the call more than the person tripping.
Yeah, exactly. So you can call this number at any time, 24/7. If someone's experiencing something one way or another, they'll give you some advice. So obviously, to get this job,
right,
we know that you would need to have a little bit of experience.
You have to, man. The only people that can help you through an acid trip is someone who's already done acid, right?
And Ted, you would know all the different drugs. So you would ask them what type, because you know just the different terminology as far as all
what they took?
Yeah, all the worldly stuff, all the natural stuff, all the craziness. I mean, you would be good at that because you know.
You'd be better than me because I'd be like, bro, I've never heard of that.
Because you watched every show on television about this stuff, so you know.
I am a little obsessed with it.
Right, exactly. So you.
So wait, is it specifically for acid? What if someone's like,
it's
I'm
for
bath
somebody?
salts?
Well, you know,
and like I'm feeling cannibalistic.
See, I don't think they'd call. I get what Miles is saying. It's probably people that are doing hallucinogenic
Probably.
Psychedelics is what they're
Psychedelics.
basically-
Okay. So, you'd have to imagine everyone that works at that call center is well-versed in the world of psychedelics.
But also being on like a drug like alcohol can help too. Because I have had, I've got a call once where somebody was freaking out because an animal may have ingested something.
Okay.
I'm at brunch, having cocktails, having French toast. Now, I have no idea if this animal's going to be okay, but this person's freaking out.
Right.
Slam a cocktail, I go outside, I go, relax. It's all natural. They'll be fine. Now, luckily, the animal was fine.
So you had no
were
idea.
like, thanks for helping me. How did you know that? And I'm like, the animal's fine? They're like, yeah. I was like, I had no idea. But Mimosa told me.
Calm them down.
Calm down. I mean, that's one thing I know. I've been to a lot of festivals. Like, just calm down. Like, you're going to be okay.
The dog will be fine.
Exactly.
You're like, that son of a bitch survived?
Right.
Thank God.
I was lying through my teeth.
And can you imagine the two people I'm having brunch with? They go, what was that about? I go, oh, my friends, whatever, just ate blah, blah, blah. You think they'll be okay? I was like, I don't know.
Give me another mimosa, they're bottomless.
They were.
What is the craziest phone call you either had to make or that you received? 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Diana. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola.
Hola. So my story is with an ex that I was with for about 18 years, and he had always wanted to be famous. And he literally left and went to Vegas and was going to be a poker star. I told him I'll probably see you. He said, you'll see me on TV. I said, yeah, America's Most Wanted. But anyway, yeah, so he left, and I had watched an episode on Dr. Phil that said, had your spouse left you for a whole new career? And I couldn't help myself. So I wrote this really long story of Dr. Phil pretending like I was him and told how I wanted to be famous. And lo and behold, on my phone that came up Paramount Studios. And it was a Dr. Phil show calling.
Give me a call back here, man.
So, do you talk to Dr. Phil? Well, maybe not Dr. Phil, but one of his producers or something?
His producers, yes. Well, they wanted to speak with my ex, of course, and I had to kind of fess up that it wasn't me, and that it wasn't him that wrote in, it was me. I had to kind of fess up, but first I had to call him real quick and say, hey, you know how you always wanted to be famous? You got your chance now.
Did he ever go on Dr. Phil?
Oh, no, he did not want to go on.
No.
He knew it was going to be a slam fest against
exactly.
him.
Nobody wants to go on national television and be humiliated.
I'm kind of glad he didn't, because I would have taken it to that next level, and it wouldn't have been pretty. But I feel like just the fact that they called and that I wrote in, and I've written some really good letters, but this one, that phone call, I wish I could have captured it on my phone.
You said this happened how many years ago?
Oh, it was a good 12 years ago now.
Okay, I'm just curious. Where's this guy now, and what's he doing?
He was in Vegas, and he actually did try to become famous. And if you did look him up, you'd probably see him out there. And I know he was famous in with the police department as well, because he had a few run-ins with the cops down there. Honestly, I don't know if he's still down in Vegas.
What was he trying to be
famous? I know he still wants to be famous wherever he's at.
Okay, but being famous, what, playing poker?
I would say anything he could get his hands on that would put him in the spotlight and put him up in the glory.
I mean, like, would he be willing to be like on Tiger King? Like, they're famous now.
You know, he's won in the Poker Stars down there before, and his name is under the name Rockfish, which isn't lucky in the poker world. But that's his name. And so, yeah, he actually has made a few tournaments and probably made about $20K, I guess, winning tournaments.
All right, that's not bad. Well, he's doing what he wants to do, I guess. So.
Yeah, I guess. I want to be
hell
famous.
yeah, I guess. Or heck yeah, I mean, whatever whatever blows up your skirt. But, yeah, he didn't want to take that call, but it would have put him in the limelight for sure, and you never know. He might have gotten discovered by Hollywood or something.
I don't think anybody who's ever...
He wanted to be a country western singer. He wanted to be... a race car driver. He had every kind of career that you could imagine. And so that's kind of what got that letter together and got that phone call to me. So that was my story.
Sounds like he talks a big game.
Yeah.
Hey, he doesn't do anything.
Right, do anything. But this is what I want to do.
Famous. How you do that? I don't know.
It's like a little kid. I'm going to be a policeman, a fireman, an astronaut, a school
Doctor,
teacher, a veterinarian. Are you any of those? No.
Dr. Phil, then Hollywood's going to come calling. I'm like,
I was in Dr. Phil.
How'd you start out? Dr. Phil show. No, that's never said no one, ever. How'd you get your break? What is this craziest phone call that you've ever had to make or that you received? 206-421-ROCK.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Top Gun Maverick is the #1 movie in the world.
Damn right.
It's an absolute blast from start to finish, and one of the greatest movies ever made.
Having any fun yet?
Tom Cruise, Top Gun Maverick, rated PG-13.